Hello and welcome to this episode of Simply Saturday, where I get to show you a card that is fast and easy to make. My name is Julie, and this is Stamp with Julie Baum. The card that I'm going to be showing you today is actually a fun fold card. Now, fun folds don't typically fit into the category of fast and easy, just because they can take a little bit more time. But we are going to stick to the very basics of just the fun fold itself and some simple images, and this is going to help it squeeze into that category of fast and easy. So let's begin. I'm starting with a piece of lemon lime twist cardstock. Now this is a full sheet, 8.5 by 11 inches. And what I want to do is put it on the landscape, put it on the portrait position. Okay, so here's landscape. We're going to put it on the portrait position, and I'm just going to make a tiny pencil mark at the 3-inch mark. So you can see that I have done that right here. Then I'm going to turn the paper completely around so it's still at portrait but on the other end, and also make a mark at 3 inches. Okay, now the great thing about this is we're going to get 2 card bases at once. So we're only going to complete 1 card here, but you will have a second card base to use. Now you're going to use your paper trimmer, which actually is the easiest way to do this, because what we'll do is we're going to take that little pencil mark and this pencil mark and line them up on the cutting groove. So I have this pencil mark here at the groove, and then you kind of have to swing the bottom into place, check the top again. All right, so now both my pencil mark here at the top and just out of your view is my pencil mark at the bottom that is also in the cutting groove, and I'm going to use the cutting blade and cut that piece of cardstock. Now I have 2 pieces with this angle. They're identical. Okay, so we're done cutting. We can remove that. I am going to bring the Simply Scored back in. What you'll do with your card base now is you're going to lay it in this direction with the wide end on the right and the narrow end on the left. Put it in your Simply Scored, or you could do this with your paper trimmer. Just make sure you use the scoring blade and not the cutting blade. And we're just going to score it twice. We're going to score it 3 inches, which I have marked here with my marker, and at 6 3/4 inches. Now, as I'm doing this, I do want to mention that my good friend Cheryl made this card recently on her channel, and we've talked a lot about this card because it comes together so quickly and it's so adorable. You can do so many different things with this, and I told her that I would be casing her card and just doing a different version of it. So in case you want to see the card that Cheryl made with the same design, I will put a link here in my video so you can check out her video as well. All right, so moving on, I can take my bone folder and I'm going to fold like so. So it's kind of back and forth. I've got a fold this way and a fold this way. This is the direction. Let me double check. We're gonna go this way. All right, your smallest fold, the fold should be on the right and the open side on the left. Okay, then in the middle, the fold is on the left, and this is the back piece with that angle going up to the right. Okay, now we've got for sure it in the correct position. And this card is going to open this way. Okay, we've got 3 pieces of designer series paper, and I am using the black and white side of Zoo Crew. And so Zoo Crew is the 12 by 12 packet of paper that matches Zany Zoo. So we'll be using stamp images from this. All right, so I've got my pieces. Let me grab them and we'll discuss the sizing. For this card, I decided to have a mixture of the different patterns, but you could use just 1 pattern if you want to, or 2 patterns. You'll see what I've chosen. All right, you've got your 3 pieces of designer series paper. The largest one is 4 inches by 5 1/4. The next one down is 3 1/2 inches by 4 1/4 inches. And the smallest piece is 2 3/4 inches by 3 1/2. So you get your papers cut, and this is going to go together quite quickly. Now we also need a white piece that is the same size as that middle one, the 3 1/2 by 4 1/4. So I have my white piece as well. All right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to take, I usually start with the front one, although that's not a rule. You don't have to do it this way if you don't want to. It doesn't matter what order you go in. But I'm going to take the smallest piece and I'm going to lay it here on this front panel. I'm going to turn my card sideways so that you can see what I'm doing. And I'm just going to lay it onto the panel with kind of a border of my green all the way around. And I want this top corner of my DSP to be just barely above the cardstock. You can see that here. Right now, I'm going to hold it tight so it doesn't move around. I want to make sure that this border here and here are a little bit closer to the same. There we go. I'm going to hold it tight and just flip it over. And now with a pair of scissors, I'm just using large scissors, not my paper snips. I'm just going to snip the edge of that paper off like so. Okay, we're going to do that a second time. This time, the piece is going to go here. So I've got my second piece. I'm going to do the same process. I'm going to line it up with kind of like a border all the way around the paper. And this time I want this corner to be right at the edge of my cardstock, maybe a teeny bit above. And then I'm going to hold onto it, flip it, and cut. This is a very easy way to get these angled cuts on your designer series paper that line up with your card base. All right, so you see we've cut this front one, we've cut this one, and the last thing we have to do is cut the back one. So I'm going to hold that in place, looking at my border of green all around my designer series paper, and I need this edge of my DSP to come up a little bit right to the edge of the cardstock. And then I'm going to hold it in place, flip it, and trim. All right, now that that's done, we can simply glue these into place. And because we slid the paper up before making that diagonal cut, you'll see that now when we lay it onto the panel, oh, I might need a new glue. Let's see here. See what's happening here. I thought that this one was the one that's almost out. You'll see that that angle now lines up onto the panel with a border all the way around. All right, so here is this one. And now I've got a green border going all the way around. All right, the card folds this way, so now I can put this one into place. There's our second panel. And the final one is going to go into place right here. Now at the end of this video, I am going to show you a number of cards that I have made with this Zoo Crew paper and also with Zany Zoo stamps and dies. The majority of the ones that I'm going to show you do not fit into the fast and easy category because they've taken a little bit more time to create, but I want to broaden your horizon on the many different looks that you can get with these products. Okay, so there we have it. Now what I'm going to do is cut out 2 circles using stylish shapes. Let me show you those next. So I have my lemon lime twist cardstock, and I'm just going to cut this size circle out of that. And then I'm also going to, for speed, I'm going to cut the turtle out with a smaller circle. Now there is a die that coordinates with this turtle, so you could use the die, but I want my circles nested, so I'm going to do this. This is also the fastest way to cut this out. So let me cut these out using my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and I will show you the next and final steps. All right, here is the green circle using that stylish shape die. And here's the turtle cut out with one size smaller of a die, like so. This is why it's so fast. We're not coloring, we're not fussy cutting, we are just getting that cute little turtle stuck onto my green circle. That makes a nice layer. A couple of dimensionals on the back of this. I usually do 3 on a circle of this size or a little bit bigger, just so it holds it without one side kind of caving in. All right, so there's our cute little focal image of the turtle. Let's do some limited stamping. We're going to, oh, we need to put our white piece in. Our white piece goes here, and you already know exactly how to get that cut. So I am lining it up, sliding the cardstock to the edge of the green cardstock, and trimming. Okay, so this piece is going to go here. Let's do our stamping. I have the stamp that says Happy Birthday to You and my Memento Tuxedo Black ink. So we'll just do Happy Birthday on here. And because our cute little turtle is singing the song, let's put some music notes on here as well. Very simple, very fast indeed. All right, and this piece can now go onto my card base. And we'll look at the final product. Okay, there we have it. Super cute angled card with all those different panels. Adorable. Of course, you're featuring your designer series paper of choice here, and you could put any number of focal images here. This was my choice today for our fast and easy card. Let me show you the other cards that I have made. Some of them are similar in color and some are very different. All right, so this one has the same paper and stamp set, and I've used the llama. Now this one took a little more time because I did color in the llama, added a little greeting and some embellishments, and then here's the inside. This one I left blank. So that is kind of this card, but stepped up a little bit. Then I have this one that we made recently at Stamp Club. Again, many of the same products or from the same product choices, just a different selection. This is another fun fold card. There's this one with a very different way that it opens. I believe I did a video of this one, the Dutch door fold. So this part flips up and these tabs flip open. That's a very fun card to make. I have this one, which I cased from seeing it somewhere else. And this is quite involved, as you've got your ribbon. This flap opens, and you have another panel on the inside. Very cute card. That one was a lot of fun to copy. Then I have two more using these same products, but in a completely different look. There is this one where I created a rainbow cloudy sky. This was done with a cloud stencil, but here's our cute little birthday raccoon. And then another card that was done that's colorful and bright and features our adorable little animals is this one, where I made circles of color using my blending brushes and then added the adorable little animals onto the front of that card. So as you can see, we did super fast and easy today, but you could take this a lot of different directions and add lots of different elements and embellishments if you want to create a more challenging card with other elements to show off. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I would love to get a comment from you. In the meantime, I hope that you have a good time, and I will see you next time. Until then, happy stamping.